Hey guys, welcome to my channel, A Special Life. I am very excited about this video, so let's just jump right into it. Have you ever wondered what a cleft lip and palate was? Today I'm going to be answering some of those simple questions that maybe you've had in your life about that topic. Some of you might be pregnant and actually expecting a cleft lip and palate child and have some questions about it. Or you might just be a normal human being who has had questions about it and maybe has been a little too scared to ask. At my 20-week ultrasound appointment with my second pregnancy, my doctor came into the room and sat us down and told us that our baby had a bilateral cleft lip and it went all the way up to the nose. At that point, I had so many questions and I really had no idea what that meant for my child. Our doctor didn't really give us much information other than that, so I had to go home and study up on all of this information. When a baby is developing in their mother's womb, their left and right side of their faces are separate at first. But at the early stages, at about 4 to 12 weeks, the face starts to form and come together. In some cases, the face doesn't come all the way together, and so it forms a little gap in the lip or in the palate. When that happens, it's called a cleft lip or cleft palate, or sometimes they have both. Naturally, you might think, well, why did this happen? Did I do something wrong? And in most cases, it is not the mother's fault. You did nothing wrong. Doctors are still studying and trying to figure out why this happens. Some doctors say that the reason could be the environment or genetics, or maybe if the mother is smoking or doing drugs. Honestly, most of the time, it's just random and it just happens and it stinks. It is one of the most common birth defects in the world. 1 in 700 babies born in the US are born with a cleft lip or palate. Now, if you live in Utah, it's higher. It's actually 1 in 400 babies. Doctors still don't know why. They're studying and trying to figure that out. There are several different kinds of clefts. Here's a picture that shows you all the different types of cleft lips. Some babies are born with a unilateral cleft lip, which means it's either on the left side, the right side, or sometimes in the middle. Others are born with a bilateral, which means it's both sides of the lip. There is either a complete cleft or an incomplete. Complete means that it goes all the way up to the nose. Incomplete means either half of the lip or just part of it. There's also the possibility, if your child has a cleft lip, whether one-sided or two-sided, that it might have a cleft through their gum line as well. A palate is made up of 2 different parts. The soft palate is in the back of the throat, what we use to swallow and speak with, and it's made out of tissue. The hard palate is in the front. It's hard because it's made out of bone. Oddly enough, more boys are actually born with a cleft lip and palate, but girls are more likely to be born with just a cleft palate. Now, there are several different combinations that babies are born with from having a cleft lip and or cleft palate. They all sound and probably look a little bit scary to you at first, but it's amazing what doctors and surgeons can do to help your child to succeed and look the best that they possibly can. Every child's case is going to be different, so the issues they face are going to be different as well. Some challenges a cleft child will face are speech, hearing, and eating. Some other ones are dental problems and jaw alignment. Babies born with just a cleft lip usually can nurse and don't have quite as big of a problem eating, but when it's a cleft palate, they have a really hard time making a seal around the nipple and having suction. There are specific cleft bottles that are made that you can use to feed your child. Depending on the child's case, they might need to go through several different surgeries throughout their lifetime, and sometimes they might only need 1 or 2. A lot of babies that are born with just a cleft lip can be repaired pretty easily, and then they don't have many other surgeries or problems when they get older. Just be patient and try to be positive. I know it's scary to think that your child is going to be different and grow up with scars or other issues, but there are so many good doctors and surgeons, depending on where you're living, that you'll get together with and make a plan so that your child can grow up strong and healthy, just like a normal child. So this is my cute cleft baby, Levi, and big brother, Ollie. He is doing so good. He is almost 16 months. He was born with a complete bilateral cleft lip and a cleft palate of the hard and soft palate. So he has had to struggle with lots of things, huh, Ollie? But you take such good care of him.
Yeah.
This is my little guy the day he was born. You can see his cleft is on both sides of his lip and it goes all the way up to his nose. You can see in this picture that he has an alveolar cleft, which is a gap in his gum line. You can also see the cleft of his hard and soft palate. Oh, is that right? Hey, I want to see your face. Look at that perfect smile. Levi got his forever smile when he was 3 months old. Hi, sweetheart. So just like Levi, cleft babies can live a pretty normal life. It may take a little while to get them to a good stable point, but with help from a lot of doctors and some surgeries along the way, they can live to be healthy and successful human beings. I hope this video was helpful to you and answered some of your questions. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe below. If you have any other questions or things that you wish I had gone into more depth about, please let me know and put it in the comments. I post a new video on my channel every Friday about my experiences with my special boy and offering tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.